Welcome to the Coffee Break, a podcast of Riverside County Child Support Services. My name is Nathan Hartel. I'm a Deputy Director with the department, and I am your host for today's episode. And I suppose I should say to our listeners, welcome back. We've had a bit of a hiatus on our podcast, and it's my pleasure to be back with you today. And what a great way to kind of kick things off for a continuation of Season 4 of our podcast by talking about something very foundational to child support and to our listeners, which is how do you open a child support case with us, and why would you want to do that? So we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about that today. Want to remind everyone that really who we're trying to reach here is the general public. We're trying to reach individuals who may not be aware of the services that we provide at Riverside County Child Support Services. And at its core, we are here to help families and parents in need receive the financial child support and medical support that they need so that their families can be a little bit more self-sufficient. We are public servants, and so kind of the why behind opening a child support case for me and for our department as it relates to our customers from our side is we want to serve you. And with over 2.4 million residents in the county of Riverside, Child Support Services here is serving over 82,000 families already, and we want you to be another one of those. A lot of people don't know about what we do, don't know about the services that are available at no cost or nearly no cost. There's very minimal. There's not an entry fee. There's not a fee that you have to pay to get started. The only cost associated with our services is upon the receipt of the first payment that we would collect. There's a very, very minimal fee that comes off the top of that first one. It's a one-time annual fee. So we never want anyone to feel like they can't afford our services. For all intents and purposes, it's about as close to free as it gets. We have collected as an agency over $175 million in support that is largely redistributed directly to families, or it goes back to the county to help recover some money that's been expended on the welfare side of things. So we're not collecting money on your behalf and keeping it to pay salaries, nothing like that. So who can open a case? Really, either parent can. And if you've listened to our podcast, if you know who we are, what our mission, our vision, and our values are, we are not an agency that works for one parent over the other. We are here viewing everybody as our customer, and even legal guardians. So you may not be the parent of the child that you are caring for, but if you're a legal guardian and you have the proper documentation, you can even open a case with us as well. So who else wants to do this? Those who have an existing child support order and you want some help. You want us to kind of help take that order, put it on our system, and help you collect the money for it. We can do that. And if you don't have one, if you're starting from scratch, you need to have paternity established. You need to have a court order for child support and medical support established. Everybody is welcome in that respect, and we can do all of that for you. So that kind of leads us to the real big question is, how do you do that, right? I would encourage everyone to complete an online application. We're kind of really even talking about things a little bit differently nowadays in the world of child support. And an application, yes, there's an application that you fill out, but that often kind of comes with the idea that you could be denied. No one's really going to be denied if you don't give us the information that we need in order to take the steps. You know, we may ask you to provide some additional information, but we're not really in the business of taking in, an application for services, evaluating it and saying, well, this person qualifies and this person doesn't. That's not really the way it works. So we want to encourage people to kind of look at this as a service that you can enroll in. And there's a brand new simplified enrollment process that the state of California has made available to counties such as Riverside County Child Support. And you go on rivcodcss.com. You can follow all the prompts. It is very simple, super simplified. And you're going to basically put in some basic information about yourself, about the other parent, basic information about your child. If you have a court order, what's that history look like? Where did you get that court order? What's the court order number? How much is it for? You're going to confirm it. You're going to sign it, and you're going to submit it. It really is very, very simple and very easy. You're going to fill in some blanks, select some boxes, click through, easy, quick. And one of the things I love about it is you can click ahead in the screens. If you want to know what's coming, if you want to know what you're going to be asked in advance, you can kind of put everything together. You can click through the entire thing and then go back to the beginning. A lot of programs like that, you can't advance to the next stage until you've answered that initial couple questions. This process is truly set up to try to make things as easy for prospective customers as possible. So I'd encourage you to take advantage of that new simplified enrollment process. If you want to do it in person, you absolutely can. Riverside Child Support has 3 local offices, one in the city of Riverside, one in Blythe, and one in Indio. Whichever of those meets your needs the best, you are more than welcome to come in, meet with a child support professional. They can, give you the forms, kind of help you know what you need to fill out, and then you bring it back in. If you want to download a paper application at home, you can do that. Give you a little caution that I think it's about 30 plus pages. That's not all pages you have to, write on and fill things in, but it is a lot longer. The simplified enrollment process online is your best bet. So when and where do you do this? If you want to open a case with us, again, if you're talking online, we're talking anytime that works for you. You can do this from home. You can do this from your phone. You can do it on the weekend. You can do it after work in the evenings. You don't have to worry about matching up your availability with the availability of the child support office. So that's your best bet right there. If you want to do it in person, I encourage you to go to rivcodcss.com. You can check our website for the details of office hours, addresses, locations. But you want to keep in mind that we have virtual appointments available, and there's a lot of other opportunities you have to meet with us in person if you want to. Some of them even outside of regular business hours. Okay. So I talked a little bit at the beginning of this episode about why it's important for us as an agency to have you open a case. But what's in it for you? Why do you want to do this? So neutral assistance, I think that's one of the biggest things. We are not advocating on behalf of a mother over a father, and on behalf of a father over a mother, anything like that. You can come to us regardless of your role. We even have parents who are the ones that are already ordered to pay support who come to us and say, you know what, I want to open a case because I like the idea of having you guys involved to keep records. We do all that. We'll keep the books. We'll let you know what is owed, what has been paid, and we'll make all that transparent to you and give you all that information. You might want help locating the other parent. So sometimes life gets sticky. Family situations sometimes are a little bit complicated, and you're thinking to yourself, I need the help of child support. I'm not really getting the financial assistance I need, but maybe you don't even know where the other parent is. You can come to us. We have a whole host of resources available to us to help us locate parents. We can help you in that respect as well. You want to establish legal parentage for your child. That has not been done. With a lot of legal reasons and good reasons for your child as they move through their life to have that officially done, so you can have on paper the name of who the father of that child is. You want to get that done, we can navigate all of that for you. If you already have a court order, that's all done. But again, you want someone to kind of use the resources they have available. That's us to enforce it, collect it, and get that child support out to you. So there's a lot of good reasons why you might want to open a case with child support. Having said that, a few special mentions, right? Because I know that sometimes when people think of child support, there's a lot of different things that come up, and you might be thinking, wow, there's kind of a stigma to that. Maybe you're worried about how it will impact your relationship with the other parent. Maybe you're concerned about, what it will look like to others. And, I would encourage you to kind of think about child support services as, again, public servants available here to help you. This is not the child support of decades ago. We're not out to get anybody. We're not here to make anybody's life difficult. We truly want to be a help and an assistance to you. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, start by calling us. Start by asking questions and just kind of put that out there. We'll help you walk through it. We'll answer questions for you that you may not know the answers to. And once you do, that'll help kind of piece things together for you. Another special mention is that if you're receiving cash assistance welfare already, you don't need to come to us and fill out an application or enroll for our services, because you're already going to be automatically referred from the Department of Public Social Services. But what a lot of people don't know is that that's cash aid welfare. That's the limitation to that automatic referral to child support. So if you were getting Medi-Cal benefits only, if you're getting CalFresh benefits only, if you're getting the two of those together, we're not going to know that. Department of Public Social Services isn't going to communicate over to child support automatically in those cases and say, hey, here's this person who might benefit from your services, but you do. You may very well benefit, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a situation where child support being involved, child support being paid and sent to you has a negative impact on your CalFresh or your Medi-Cal. We can kind of help you navigate all those things. So the few things there you want to keep in mind, if you think that maybe it's not a necessary step for you to take, opening a case because you're kind of worried or thinking, well, the other parent's already doing what they're supposed to do. They're paying. We have a good relationship. We're good with that. Again, we're not, here to make anything more difficult. The only thing I would mention in that respect is that sometimes, again, life happens. Sometimes people change employment, they lose a job. If you want the benefit of the record keeping, if you want the benefit of an agency who can kind of follow employers from one to the next and make sure that there's consistency in those payments, we're here to help you. So again, I would encourage you as you listen to this podcast, if you're in need of help with financial child support, medical support, we are the agency for you. There's a lot of additional information and resources on our website at rivcodcss.com. Please reach out to us at 866-901-3212. You can email us at rivcodcss@rivco.org. You can even chat with us. I understand a lot of times you don't even want to talk to somebody on the phone, but you can go on our website, you can chat and have a conversation from your phone, getting some answers to some basic questions. We do offer in-person appointments, virtual appointments, and we're actually even open one Saturday every month just to try to help meet your needs outside of regular business hours. We have some additional co-locations where we go out into the community. I'll mention one as an example here in Mead Valley, the Paris area, where every Wednesday from 8 to 5, we have child support staff at that Mead Valley Family Resource Center location. So we're trying to make ourselves as available to you as we can. So we would love to hear from you. We would love to help you open a child support case and be of service to you. For those of you who know our podcast, we take our coffee break to spend a little bit of time like we have done now to talk to you about all things related to child support. And sometimes we've got a full cup of coffee. Sometimes we have a shot of espresso. But when that coffee is gone, which is now, our episode is over. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that you find it beneficial. And please reach out to us. Allow us to help you open a case.